Hey everyone, this is Thomas Hutchinson, and I'm going to be giving you a persuasive speech on gun control. Each year, 30,000 Americans die from gun violence. This is something you should care about, as if there's a good chance that you have known someone or will possibly know someone that has been a victim of gun violence. I can speak on this topic after researching, as well as having went through the gun buying process myself, and showing that it's really not that difficult to obtain a firearm in the United States. In this speech, I will tell you why it is imperative to have stricter gun laws and better background checks and buying procedures. Today, the first thing I'll discuss is gun control will lower the deaths in America due to gun violence and suicide. Based on an article on gun violence by the Center of Injury Research and Prevention, suicide rates are much higher in states with higher rates of gun ownership. So that means the more guns, the more violence, the more suicide, easier to obtain and easier for violence. In a report by the FBI in 2018, roughly 16,214 murders were committed in the United States during that year. Of those murders, 11,799, or 73%, were committed with firearms. So now that I have discussed that, I will discuss how gun control does not infringe on your Second Amendment right. So if you do not know, your Second Amendment right states the right to bear arms. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Having more steps to purchase firearms and better backgrounds make it harder to possess the firearms does not take away your rights. You're still allowed to own and have your own firearms, as long as you complete the necessary background checks and buying procedures. So the people that will argue that it's infringing on your constitutional rights, it's really not. It's pretty simple. It just makes it harder for the people that should not have the guns to get them. Alright, so now that I have discussed how it does not infringe on your constitutional rights, I will discuss how America has the weakest gun laws with the most guns in circulation of any country in the world. The United States has less than 5% of the world's population and has about 35 to 50% of the world's civilian-owned guns, according to a report by the Switzerland-based Small Arms Survey. So for one of the reasons for this difference in America, according to a survey in 2007, the U.S. led the world in the number of civilian-owned firearms with 88.8 guns per 100 people, while the second-place country, Yemen, fell far behind at 54.8 guns per 100 people. In Britain, there are now about 0.06 violent gun deaths per 100,000 residents. By contrast, here in America, we have about 4.43, so about 400% more per 100,000 residents in the United States. In conclusion, in this speech, I claim that gun control will make our country safer without infringing on your constitutional rights. All we need is better background checks and the procedure to buy a gun to be a little more stringent and have a little bit more in-depth background. Just a few more steps to ensure that the right people are owning firearms. Gun control in America will lower deaths and make it a safer place for you and your family. And cutting down on the 30,000 deaths caused by gun violence is well within reach if we can reconfigure gun laws to make America safer, and while doing it without infringing on your constitutional rights. Thank you.